Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my personal favourite time of the week because I get to spend a half hour with my good friend Aaron Cox. Aaron, how are you?
Good evening, well, afternoon, Ian. How are you, mate? I'm well. I'm very happy today. Very colourful today.
Can I just say, ladies, watch out because Aaron Cox is looking rather dapper today. Look at that. Now, Aaron, we've got the 2020 Pro Tour on Monday, haven't we? Cleckheaton, you're playing in the event. Is this how you're going to be dressed for the event?
I can confirm, yes. I will be playing Monday in this getup.
No, I absolutely love that. And can I just tell everybody as well, we've got the second camera set up today as well, which can be a real treat because, yes, that is you there on the right and in the middle. So you're not seeing double. Well, you are seeing double, but you haven't got double vision. There are two Aaron Coxes on the screen. So even better, we've got two views. So we can actually see. Yeah. Lucky everybody. We just wanted everybody to see the plus ones. Maybe next week we'll put a camera behind you as well.
Absolutely. My bum does look big in these pants,
though. Well, when we do Cleckheaton, don't worry. We'll make sure for the ladies we'll get plenty of your bumming. Right, Aaron. This week we've got another great lesson set up for today. It's going to be about an area for me that's something I probably neglect quite a bit as a mid to high handicap golfer, and it is course management. It is something that is crucial to our game, but it's something that realistically, I look where the pin is, I see a bit of grass in front of me, and I think, okay, if I could just roughly hit it over that way, I'll be relatively happy. But if I sharpened up my course management, I would sharpen up my game. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. I mean, what you got to look at is when you are playing golf on the course, you've got to look at your ability, but also then the course, then the course makeup. So obviously, we're quite lucky in us pros. We get pin sheets, which we're then told where the pin's going to be sitting on each green, so we can then play to our spots that our most favourite shots to hit in to give us the best possible chance to make birdies. So look, even from the club golfer point of view, and obviously, here at Blackwell, I've got like 650, 680 members. So seeing the members go out and play the course, sometimes you just see, a majority of the times, they just get driver out every hole, and then they're in a position, they go, and they're like, okay, what do I don't know what to do next. Like, I know I've got to hit this club, but how do I hit this shot? What am I going to do to get that ball close to the flag? And so, playing definitely to your yardage, I think that's a really important thing to do. I walked around during lockdown when I was doing my walks, and I took my laser out and I wrote down for myself, I wrote down yardages to carry bunkers, get to the front of the greens, get to the back of the greens, where bunkers were on the left or right. And then, and I had another member come out with me, and he's off 17. And what I did was I lasered. He told me where he just stood where he wanted to, what yardage he wanted to know, and then I just lasered him. And then I gave him the yardages, and he just wrote them down for each hole. So we did the whole 18 holes for a 17 handicap. And now he looks at each hole and goes, well, I know how I'm not going to hit driver here. I'm going to hit this club to give myself this full shot in, which then puts me in the best spot with the club that I'm happy with.
Yeah, exactly. And this is an area where perhaps I've struggled with as well. Is I always think that it's a par 4, it's a par 5. Hell, sometimes it's even a par 3. I'll just get the driver out. But it's not necessarily about distance. It is about position. And especially when playing into the green as well. And this is, again, an area that perhaps I'm weak at. Greens undulate wildly depending on where you're playing, of course. They have different speeds as well. The cut of the pin plays a vital role. Normally, I'm just happy if I hit it on the green. If I'm 150 yards back and I've knocked it on the green, I'm looking and thinking, brilliant. But then I get to my ball and I'm still 20 yards away, but I've got to navigate a massive hill to get my ball anywhere near. I've gone I've got to play downhill, and I've left myself a real difficult situation that perhaps I shouldn't have put myself in. And I didn't have to put myself in,
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at it, a majority of, you look at club golfers, big problems will come when they're playing par 5s. And this is where we start the course management, is You look at par fives from a club golfer, say, I did a video on the Blackwell Facebook and played Blackwell Grange as a 14 handicapper, playing a stable for events. So what I did, especially with the par fives, it was, right, are you going to get there in 2 shots? No. Right, so what's your best shot for your third? Do you leave yourself 50 yards? Do you leave yourself 80 yards? Or do you leave yourself 120 yards? But that's going to then dictate what you hit A, off the tee, and B, what your second shot is. So for a lot of players, yes, as soon as you get to a par 5, they're going to go, well, I'm getting chief out. But then they're in a position, say they hit a really good drive and they're 240, 250 out. And obviously, I can get there with a 3-wood, all right? But for your average 14 or 17 marker, 245, 250, that's almost about the length of their driver. So what do they do, especially when there's fairway bunkers or there's water down near the green, rough, pins tucked, like as you were just saying off air, the pins tucked hard front, and you've got a big pot bunker in the front of the green, or there's water over on the right-hand side and the pin's tucked over on the right-hand side. What do you do then for your second shot? And this is where you've got to really be mindful of your ability and how you strike your shots. Are you a low ball flighter? Do you hit the ball high? That's going to come down to your decision about how your ability is at. But that's a big key to start with, is the par fives. Then, as you mentioned before, then if you get into a par 4, you've got a pin tucked really hard at the front and the green is just full of bunkers around it. Some people don't like bunkers. What do? Do you hit a shot, on a par 4? Do you go and try and hit that miracle shot and put it on the green for 2? Or do you actually leave it back 30, 40 yards and just hit your third shot onto the green and try and just make a 2-putt?
Yeah. Okay, well, look, I think that's great, because this is going to be quite a valuable lesson for myself and for everybody watching. And what we wanted to do today is just put a couple of scenarios to you and find out how you would play them, and actually play the shot in the studio right now as if you were in that sort of position, so we can see it front and the side profile as well. So look, let's start with the one that we spoke about off air, shall we? In fact, let's class it as a par 5. You've had... you're left of the fairway. You're in some light rough. Okay, you're in the light rough. You've still got about 150 or so to go. Call it 160. Let's not split hairs. The green is quite a tight green. It's quite a small green. You've got a bunker in front. The pin is cut close to the front edge of the green, close to the bunker. You don't have much green to play with, but it's pretty treacherous off the back of the green. Are you, Aaron Cox, the PGA professional golfer, are you going for it, confident you're going to land it on the green, or are you laying up?
Well, obviously, I would be going for it because, as you were just saying, the yardage, I was just getting my 8-iron out. So in light rough, yes, I'd get the 8-iron out. But the thing is, though, you're playing so you mentioned pin tucked front. You've got bunkers around. You've got trouble long. You've got a pretty smallish kind of green to land it at, and a pretty small target. So what are you trying to do? My first goal would be, right, I'm not going to worry about the flag. I'm just going to leave that alone. I don't need to go anywhere near and try and play the miracle shot and getting it up so high and bringing it down soft when I'm in the rough. If I was in the fairway, yes, I could probably hit a bit more of a controlled shot and get a bit of spin with an 8-iron, put the ball towards us a little bit further back in the stance, a smidge, come down a little bit steeper and get a bit more spin on it. Coming out of the rough, though, you're not going to get any of that control, in other words, that spin. So you've then got to start thinking, right, I want to try and hit the green and give myself a putt, which is going to be a birdie putt. Sometimes you've got to look at shots and go, I just want to put it on the green, take 2 putts and walk to the next tee.
Yeah. Okay. Let's play the shot then. Let's play the shot.
Okay. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to move the ball just back in the stance a little bit towards the middle. And then I'm just going to get my hands a bit more forward to try and get my momentum going through the ball. And then from here, it's just a matter of keeping my height. So as you can see, this is great from the back on view. The big thing when you're coming down to the ball is the matter you've got to try and keep your head really still and keep those arms extending this way. Because then if you start going this way and trying to lift it up, all of a sudden you come in behind the ball low, and from front view, you can see I'm getting behind, but you can see from the side view, my back's getting a bit rounded and I'm losing my shape through my legs. So it's really important to keep that height and then allow our shoulders to follow through. Now I held that finish a little bit more instead of a full rotation because obviously I'm trying to visualize playing out a light rough, and now when you're in light rough, you're not going to get a proper normal follow through. You see like the pros, they get through to about there, and then they just kind of hold it instead of wrapping the club around the shoulder. So that's something that I would try and do. That just gives me a little bit more control of the ball, gets a bit better flight, which then brings it down obviously a little bit softer, which gets me onto that green.
Fantastic. I wish I could do that. I can tell you I'd lay up because I'm petrified of sand. Right, look, let me work this one to you because this is probably a situation that we've all found ourselves in before, and it doesn't matter what the hazard is. It could be water, or it could be, say, a dog left. You know, we could have a dog left to the right, let's say, and it is roughly, let's say, for me, let's go for me. There is water 200 yards away, okay, or maybe 210 yards away, and it's 20 yards of water. Now, on a really good day, I reckon I could carry that on a good day.
With a driver.
With a driver. On an average day, I might get lucky and it might bounce the other side. There's a fair chance it's going to land on the water. On a bad day, it's definitely in the water.
So left with water in the corner. Is that right? That's how you planted it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, my inclination as the mid to high handicap, with not a lot to lose, is, do you know what, I may as well just go for it. And this is where the course management comes in, because realistically, I shouldn't. Should I? Should I be going for it?
Probably not, because depends on the length of the hole. See, kind of what you're drawing for me is a shortish kind of par 4 dog leg left with water on the corner, which once you get over the water, you're about 100, 120 from the green. So you're only looking at about 360, 370 yard par 4, which is obviously a bit of a quite short one. But to fly the water is 220, and that gives you about 130, 140 in, or 120, 130 in. So you're looking at about 330, 340. Now, for a higher marker, a handicapper, straight away, you don't need to go anywhere near that water, because the day that you try and go, no, there's a little bit of breeze helping me behind me. What are you going to do to hit that shot? If there's a little bit of breeze behind you, you're going, oh yeah, all right, I'm going to get cheap out. I'm just going to try and just give this that extra 5% because I know the ball's just going to carry that extra 5. What then happens? Your swing path starts adjusting because you're trying to leather it and trying to hit it more, which means your body gets more involved, which then changes the club path. So all of a sudden, if it's a bit of a tight dog leg to the left with water in the corner, with some high trees up around, it's a nice parkland course, so it's a bit of a jigsaw around the pond. There's not much room to miss it up the right-hand side and around the corner. So you could either go through into the trees on the other side, or if you don't quite get the shot, you're carving it straight right, which obviously we know that a good percentage of the world's amateur population hit the ball left to right. So they'll aim it left of the water, but then try and give it some, and big flary cut and finish in the trees. So straight away, if you're saying you said 205 or 200 to the front of the water, so do the calculation. If we're looking at 345, 350 yard par 4, dog leg left with water in the corner, 200 yards, that gives you 150 left. What are you going to hit from 150? I mean, about 879 maximum. So you get like a hybrid off the tee, pull it up 180, 190, just short of the water, and have a maximum, say, a 6-iron. Hit your 6-iron in. All right, even if you don't hit the green, as a 14 or 15 handicapper, 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking that you're going to have a shot on the hole because of the water at the corner, the stroke rating, which means do you have to hit the green in 2? with a shot.
Yeah.
If you're playing Stableford, no. Chip it up and down. One chip, one putt. You've made 4 and you walk off with a 4 or 3. Easy done.
And I would be happy with that. And unfortunately, I wish it was easy done.
You take all the trouble out of play. So you can set up on a tee with a hybrid or a 4-iron or so and actually say, you know what, I can put a really good swing on this golf club and actually put a really nice swing, get a good speed to the ball, and know that you are not going to get the ball to that water. Then you're in prime position on the middle of the fairway, looking straight down the barrel at the green around the corner for your second shot with a shot. So
I have to say, yeah, exactly. And I have to say as well, the difference between 120 yards and 150 yards, I'm confident at both, if I'm totally honest with you. So you're absolutely right. I don't have to play that particular shot. I don't have to go for it. I think it's ego that takes over. So would you play that shot for us then for me? Would you play that shot perhaps with a hybrid or a long iron maybe, or whatever would work for you?
Yeah, so I've got the 4-iron in the hand. So I'll just play the 4-iron as I would on the tee there, and then we'll hit the second shot.
Beautiful. That beautiful contact.
All right, and then from there you're looking at about 140. So 140 for myself would be hitting 9-iron. And then get the 9-iron out, and you can just put a nice swing on it. Get yourself set, get a good posture, and just put a nice swing.
I think that's going in. I think that's going in the hole as well.
I've never done that. I've never holed out for the second on a par 4 yet in my life. No have I. I remember once at pitch and putt, right? I'm going to tell you a good story here. The pitch and putt. I played a shot. I mean, it's literally a pitching wedge, if that, or 9-iron all the way around. Sometimes you get away with just a wedge, can't you? And knocked it off to the back. I got a little 7-iron out. I played a little bump and run straight in. Oh, I've been going on about it for 5 years. And this is pitch and putt. Well, I don't know if you were watching in. Obviously, you boys, you would have seen it on my Facebook that I put up just last week. I have my youngest junior of my academy up here on our academy course have the very first ever hole-in-one on the 3rd hole.
I did see it. We shared it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years old.
How old? He's 5 years old. You know, I am 34. He is 29 years my junior, and he has one more hole-in-one than I have.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations to him. Congratulations to him. That is fantastic, because I tell you something, it is not an easy feat getting a hole-in-one at all.
Yeah. So I'll give you a scenario. Right, I'll give you a scenario here, because there's actually a hole here at Blackwell Grange, which is quite interesting, because when I play it, it's only about 360 yards, par 4. Okay. It's a slight dogleg left, and there's a bunker at about 180. It's a small little pop bunker. It's not very deep, but it's a small pop bunker. On the left, you've got a group of trees that's pretty thick. So, but then the fairway is not very wide, so it goes around and then it's undulating. So the undulation, when you go around the corner, it undulates from left to right. And down, and the fairway is literally, we're talking like 20 yards wide, so it's pretty narrow. But on the right there in the rough, it's literally almost ankle deep. So you can miss the fairway by about 2 meters, and you'll be almost in like good ankle deep rough, and you're hitting literally pitching wedge, gap wedge to a green that's then got 2 levels. It's front up to the middle, and then it flattens out the back with a pot bunker front right and a bunker left. And if you go long, it's just down to grass into long rough. So I've played this the way, every time I've played this course, I played it the same way every time, and yet every other of the A graders, the good golfers I play with, the scratch golfers, the club champs and all that stuff, they always get driver out. Now, me, I never do it, right? So I always get 3-wood out. So what I do is I get 3-wood out, tee the ball
Okay.
down quite low, and then from there, what I do is I put the ball about a ball width back in my stance, aim a fraction right, and play for a punch draw. So in other words, I just try and play for a big draw, but it doesn't come out very high. So it comes out low and running. So a couple of times I've done it, I've almost hit it the same length as a driver because it's got that much roll. But also I'm drawing it around the corner on the same line as the fairway. So the ball then turns and actually then rolls straight down the fairway and not across the fairway. And that's another key, because you look at the hole and you go, right, I literally could hit 4 iron off the tee, get over that bunker, and you could hit 9 iron.
I was going to say, 4 iron is probably one of my clubs that, as long irons go, I don't really like them, but 4 iron is probably the one that I'd go to. I probably would. Did you say there was a bunker on the left about 180 yards off the tee, and then on the right?
On the left, trees on the left, bunker on the corner on the left, and then you've got nothing but rough just around the right hand side, but it's thick. I
can assure you what would happen is I would pick out the driver, and like most golfers, I hit it left to right, and I would definitely find that rough. 100%, I would be in the long grass. I know I would, because it just, I'm just drawn to it for some reason, because I know I should be smart, but I feel like I have to hit it as far as I can every time.
Yeah, and it's pivotal. It's pivotal when you play that hole, because when I always look at that hole and go, right, well, I don't need to get drive unless I've got wind helping me behind and I'm striking the ball well and I'm swinging it well. Yeah, I'll get driver out and go, right, I could probably get this literally within 20 yards of the green. And then it's literally like a chip and putt. But if I'm not going to get it within that close, then why would I put myself in danger hitting the driver when the fairway's literally 20 yards wide, right, or 20 meters wide? Why would you put your driver into that? Try and put your driver into that spot. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I get from my 3-wood out. I tee it down a bit lower. I push the ball back in the stance just a smidge. But then what I do how I counteract this is, what I do is I have less wrist movement and wrist break, so I don't get the normal wrist break at the top and the cock of the wrists. I try and keep the club a bit more wider and keep the club away from the body, so then when I'm coming through, it's a bit more of an arm swing. It's like a forearm jab. I get more arms going that way, and I'm stronger through the ball this way. You can see my angle of my arms in the club, but also my body. And I'm just trying to drive the club and the 3-wood through the ball. And as I said, the ball's not going to come out necessarily high, but with my swing, I get a nice big right to left draw, playable. I mean, I do keep control of that shot, but it takes a lot of the crap out on the right and the trees and the rough right, but also you take the bunker and that left trees out of play. But then you're giving yourself that great chance to actually get a shot onto the green, which is a pretty, again, as you said, it's a small green, but it's got 2 pot bunkers. It's an undulating green. The pin's at the back left. There's no way you can come in from the left-hand side. And then if you come in from the right, unless you've got a half-decent lie to get enough club on the ball to fly it over the front right pot, you're literally playing for luck for the ball, because it lands and it's just going to scoot, because you lose all the control of the golf ball. Yeah,
let's see this shot then, Aaron. Let's see, because I really want to see this one.
Get this draw. I got this 3-wood happening.
Look at that! Look at that finish as well. By the way.
You just keep the ball in play. So, and sometimes what you can do is, a big thing is when you are playing those kind of shots, obviously you're not trying to break the golf ball. You're trying to get some rhythm and synchronization between the arms and the body moving to keep that club with the body and keep that through the rotation. So, sometimes if you go too hard at it, you can see there when I hit that shot, my balance was really, really solid. That's because I just took off a little bit of speed than my normal speed on my backswing. I just took a little bit slower speed to get a better rotation, which then gave me better a better swing path through the ball, but also my balance was 100% solid.
Fantastic. And look, this is really valuable to myself and a lot of people, because it can be a bit egotistical at times, Aaron, I'll be honest as well, when you're playing with your mates and stuff, and you're just like, everyone's getting out the big stick, and you think, you know what, I don't want to lose any face, I'm just going to go for this and see what happens. And this is about playing your own game to your own strengths, isn't it? That's what golf is all about, really. It's about playing the course to your own strengths and knowing that, we want to improve, but to improve, I would actually, half the time, I'd be better off on that hole you just mentioned there. I'd probably be safer off playing 7-iron, 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 putt, and getting off with a bogey. Because as a higher handicap, as a plus 20, that's still good, but I'm not going to do that. Realistically, I'm not going to do that, because I want to get better, and I need, in order to improve. I could do 7-irons all day long and get away with it and pad around and stuff. I'd quickly lose interest. I want to be able to hit the ball better.
With that in mind, you see it's on the PGA Tour as well. How important is it to hit the fairway?
Oh, it is so. And
so that's
hugely.
what you've got to look at. Is driver going to be the most suitable club to get you onto that fairway? It's a dog leg left, and if dog leg right to left, and you hit the ball left to right, are you really going to hit that driver onto that fairway that's going that way, away from your ball flight? No, not necessarily all the time. You might get 1 out of 5, and you might just pummel it dead straight, just over the edge of the corner, and go, oh, you got the fairway there, and you will be. But then those other four out of 5 shots, where are they going to end up? They're going to end up left trees. Are they going to end up right trees? I'd probably say 3 out of those 4 would probably go right. 1 would probably go straight. So you've got to look at how you can play the course, but also to your handicap. And as I said, that hole there on the 6 I just mentioned out to you, literally every member, right, almost gets a shot on that. It's about rated 8, 7 or 8, which means almost every member gets a shot on that hole. So why would you then try and get driver out? You've got a shot. You're playing Stableford. You've got a shot in the hole. Why would you get driver out when you could probably just dink a 4-iron up there or a hybrid up to the bunker, leave yourself, and mind you, the bunker, right, is about 165 to the green, 165, 170 to the green. So then you've got a nice alleyway on the left-hand side, the bunker's front right, you've got a little alleyway, a nice little alleyway coming up onto the green from the fairway. So you could hit then your second shot, you could hit a shot that that would probably either just get short of the green, or if you want to be confident, hit a club that that you can bounce it short and bounce it up. All you got to do is make sure you get the right alignment. But then if you are short, and let's say, for instance, what your scenario was before, and I've seen this, the pin's down the front, and you're literally about 6, 8 feet off the flange of the green, looking straight at the hole. Chances, minor, but small chances of chipping in go dramatically up than you trying to hit a second shot from 170.
100%. And like you say, this is about, for your course management, just focus on hitting those fairways. It doesn't matter, whatever you're confident with, go for it. As you said, if you watch a PGA Tour, you watch a European Tour, you watch anything, the winner of every PGA Tour event will be in the top 5 at that event for percentage of fairways hit. Guaranteed. And that is how important it is. 100%. Aaron, what a absolute treat it's been. And thank you so much for the attire as well. You look fantastic, I have to say. And also, I can't wait to see you on Monday. It's going to be a real pleasure. Best of luck for Monday as well. We'll see you out on course. We will be following you at times with the camera as well. So best of luck for Cleck Heated this Monday on the 2020 Pro Tour. We'll be keeping a sharp eye on you.
Thanks, Leon. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Take care. Bye-bye.